planting some pepper plants. So we got orange bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, and red bell peppers. And we also got some cucumbers. So I do have 2 helpers. I don't know how much they'll be doing, but they're little ones, so I'm not going to make them do a lot, but sometimes they have fun. Do you want to put a plant in? This is supposed to be a square foot garden bed. I think you would normally do 1 foot apart each way with the peppers, but I feel like that's a little bit crowded. So I'm doing them like 1.5 feet apart and then 1 foot this way. This, I'm trying to decide if it's grass or onion. That's a wheat or grass plant, so I don't need those in my garden, so I'm going to throw this away. Don't put that in there. You need to dig a hole right here, okay? Dig a hole. And then can you pick out the plant, or do you need Daddy to help you?
Yeah.
All right. You can say stuff like that on a video if you want. All right, unpause. Okay, I'm going to pull the plant out so you don't damage it. These were quite expensive if you watched our last video. There you go. Can you put some dirt around it? Got to be really careful not to break the plant, but yeah. Okay, don't push it too hard. And I like to crumble up the dirt a little bit. And then we're going to let's do this one over here. Going to put this here so we know that those are orange ones. Supposed to be. We'll see how they grow. I'm going to dig a hole right here. Closer to me. Closer to me. Okay. Can you put that down and put this in the hole?
Yes.
Okay.
Devorah, what are you doing?
Don't damage those plants. Okay, yeah. The middle one is going to be hard to do for the children, so I'm going to do it. Can you put that right there, standing up, so you can see it? All right. Do you want to help with this one, Deborah? If you come around here, I'll let you help plant it, okay?
Let's bring you around.
Okay, come here and help plant. Come here and help plant.
She was walking there for a second.
Okay. Do you want to put this plant there? Or I got to put it there? Do you want to put any dirt around it? No, you just want to smile and look pretty for the camera.
Yeah, you look pretty.
If you can't tell, she had a lot of strawberries today. This one. Get close, okay? There.
Are you gonna help plant? That's the thing that you did. I forget what that's called. This is my side. Oh, this is where you're gonna sit? Okay.
Okay. Well,
You're sitting on my toes.
That's how you. Those are cucumbers. I know you like cucumbers. We got to be really careful with the leaves because those are small plants.
Yeah. You playing?
Up there. Use your hand. All right, we're gonna put it right there, and push dirt around it. And we'll probably water these before we get too much further. And got last of the pepper plants. These are all bell peppers, red, orange, and yellow bell peppers. They give green peppers first, and then if we take perfect care of them, they might give us some red or colorful peppers at the end of the year. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I did get jalapeno peppers as well, and those are for somewhere else in the garden because I don't really want them to cross-pollinate. I've had people say that it is problematic. I don't know that I've ever personally experienced, but sometimes they say you can get your sweet peppers to turn hot. Now we got these fragile cucumber plants to plant.
Then I wouldn't have any peppers to eat. They were all spicy.
That would be difficult. Okay, these are maybe not quite ready to plant.
Nope.
Well, that came out. So,
What are you doing? You playing with grass over there?
Okay.
Oh, yep, that's dirt.
Okay, so
Oh,
what the...
yep. Eating dirt.
A little
All
bit
right.
about these square foot gardens I want you to know is we have these 2 stakes here on each side of the north side of the square foot bed. And so we'll actually do some form of trellising and get these cucumbers to grow up the trellis and go vertical. Hope is the plan. That worked fairly well last year. And so hopefully we'll do a little better this year.
I will say one thing about homegrown cucumbers. I think they're like pricky on the outside when they first get little, but once you take those pricks off, they're much better than store-bought cucumbers.
Yes, I agree. I like cucumbers so much I eat store-bought cucumbers, but I'm much happier with the homegrown version.
Oh yeah, I agree. Let's see if that little plant will come out.
This is the smallest plant of all, and I don't want to ruin it, so I'm going to water these all here in a moment. Water these all really good, especially these cucumbers. Cucumbers like a lot of water. Peppers do too. And I know it's going to be dry here for a few days. Might rain 1 or 2 times, but not necessarily a lot. So let's water those. I'm actually going to put a little more dirt around this pepper plant. That made my hand muddy. This is how you wash your hands in the garden.
Oh, Delora wants to get muddy now.
No, you want to get muddy? Don't eat it. Don't eat it. That's not food.
First time trying dirt.
Oh, first time trying dirt? I don't know about that. All right, another thing I want to teach you about gardening. When you got a rake like this, once the land forks up, and that could hurt you very badly. So step it in. That's not a good spot to step it in. Probably a stump there or something.
Yeah,
No,
I think there's a brick, yeah.
Okay.
Yay! We can just walk on them now.
Now they're safe to walk on. So a few weeks ago, I planted a lot of these, which I don't know if you can see them very well, but there's cabbage, Brussels sprouts, purple cabbage, cauliflower. The cauliflower's budding too fast, and so we're not going to get very much cauliflower. There's collards, and then the last one is kale. So we got all those plants from the same place we got the pepper plants. And then this is our peas, which did not germinate well, so there's a few plants. I just got them strung up today. I don't know if you can see that in the bright sunlight. And over here we planted some sweet potatoes farther away and some zucchinis and yellow squash close. We had planted zucchinis and cucumbers in this row a couple weeks ago, and only one germinated right over here. So we planted a bunch that we bought. And there's our onions doing pretty well. This is our washerboard garden. We started with, miniature fava beans. It was the first till, and then 2 rows of onions. And we actually planted peas in here. They didn't germinate. So we planted another batch of peas down here. And they didn't germinate well. So we replanted that twice now, and that's why I went to the store today. This is our potato crop. It's about the best of everything we're doing so far. On the left-hand side of your screen is the ones that were planted first, and they're doing a lot better. But these are still doing very good. Over here, sorry, I almost tripped. That is our compost system. We're making a spot for tomatoes next. And then we're actually going to do more potatoes in here. This is a grapevine over on this trellis. Over here we got corn just came up in this washerboard garden. This was a potato patch last year, and I feel like the growing potatoes reduced the number of weeds for this year. But there's still some weeds in there, obviously. But the corn is coming up, and so Pretty excited about that. The berries, these are black raspberries, and they grow much bigger every day. Can't wait. Very soon we'll have loads of black raspberries to eat. This is the best crop by far, a black raspberry. This is our peach tree, and it's loaded down with peaches. So that's a big change from other years. We usually have them freeze off. And this year we actually have some fruit. So really excited about that. This is the blackberries. They are really close to budding right now. If you can see right there, sorry. I'm struggling to get the right view on them, but that's a lot of buds very soon. And the plants are loaded with buds, so we'll see them very soon. Oh, we're on Zoom and I didn't realize it. Sorry, everybody. Hope you didn't leave because of that. I've got some really interesting things to show you still. This is our new compost bin. I just screwed together 4 pallets. And I'm actually putting like a lot of woody stuff, like stumps and that piece of wood there. As I'm trying to get rid of it, I really want to compost it. And this is going to be our new compost pile. We'll use the old one over here. We'll use this old one as we'll clean it out and then have different stuff in there, probably stuff that we use more quickly. Here's my cute helpers looking at the bunny rabbit. And Gamalia, what are you doing? Gonna look at me? Oh, you're using that as a bow and an arrow. Colored pencil and a clothes hanger as a bow and arrow. Okay, cool. Let's see this. Can you shoot it?
Oh no, I better set it up.
Okay, set it up. Okay, well, there is Amuna feeding her rabbit some carrot peels. And what else do you have in there?
Cucumber peels and green strawberry.
Oh, a green strawberry. All right, this is our herb garden. We've got lemon balm in the middle there. We've got rosemary, maybe.
Yes, there's rosemary in there.
There's mint over here and a lot of weeds. Dill.
And there's garlic chives in there.
There's garlic chives over near you, right behind you.
Yep. These grassy looking plants.
Okay. And over here we have rhubarb. And then we're going to go into the greenhouse and see what's in there. Sorry, my shade. It's lavender, not rosemary. My wife just came out to say. These flowers came back from last year. These are Gamaliel's flowers. He's got them in his little pot there. I'm in the garden, or not in the garden, in the greenhouse now. There's a whole lot of beets came up in here. This was a spinach bed earlier on, but it got overcome with weeds. And now we got beets starting in there. And this is the most exciting crop growing right now in our garden, because that's a fig leaf, if you can't tell. And somewhere back here, there's 3 figs almost big enough to eat already. I'm not very good at the whole getting a picture of them, but you can kind of see them back there. And I'm going to find a way to get a good shot of them. There you got a good shot of 2 of them. There's actually 3 there, but there's a spider on here, on this one, the black thing in the center of your screen. And I saw a spider just like that today eating a stink bug, which I'm really happy with it about. All right, let's see if there's anything else interesting on the fig plants. I don't know, maybe not. This is going right up against the greenhouse roof. So I guess that's the only branch that's trying to grow. Here is another plant that is an ornamental flower, but I'm really excited about it too coming back. I thought it had died. We had freezes in our greenhouse last winter several times, so I thought this plant would have died, but it's coming back. It's a calla lily, and there's one there and another here needing to be weeded. It's this tall, straight thing in the center of your screen. You pull out some weeds, and later on this season, we'll have some great flowers for you to see, hopefully. This next thing is our tomato plants. We grew them without using any plastic, or trying to avoid all plastics in the production. Of course, our greenhouse roof is made of plastic, so that's kind of hard. But other than the greenhouse roof, we grew these tomato plants, and they're about ready to be planted. I may get them in the ground today. Probably not till Sunday, though. This plant was flowering back in January, and it's about to flower again. It is our geranium, and if you see the video from January, it was really snowy then, but it was here in our greenhouse, so it did just fine. There's our aloe vera plant. It survived a frost too. It's not too happy. I cut it off right here because that leaf looked really damaged. This tree here in the center, I'm going to try to get some view of it. See a lot of dead leaves on it, but there's new leaves coming back. And that is, we believe, an avocado tree. And it is loaded with leaf buds right there. So we grew it from seed. So not sure if it'll produce avocados. Not sure if you can produce avocados with just one, but we're excited. This next plant is our bay laurel. It's how you produce bay leaves. And that tree goes all the way up to the ceiling. It's probably 9 feet tall. It's really lush up there. It's really strong growth down here. So really excited about that, producing all the bay leaves we need, and we could probably start selling them soon. In here we have, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, a bunch of orange fruits. This is our orange tree in our greenhouse. It did survive a frost, so there's a bunch of these spots on here. This is the easiest one to see. So I think those are little tiny oranges growing. This is a pomelo tree. It has these little pomelo fruits on. Pomelos are about a little bit bigger than a grapefruit and a whole lot sweeter. So those are we're really excited about. 2 years ago, we got 3 of the pomelos and 4 oranges. Now that video is tied up in a program that wants us to pay before we can edit videos on it. So we're not able to get that video uploaded of when we picked those in 2023. Okay, well, I am in my garden, my orchard actually now, or my food forest. This is either a plum tree or a cherry tree. Looks like plum, but I don't see any fruit on it this year. So let's look at some of the apple trees. This apple tree, can't see any fruit on it right away. That's a weed. That's a weed. Okay, lots of weeds if you look around here. Here's another tree. I believe that's an apple as well. This is an apple tree. We have black raspberries, not black, red raspberries here. They're actually growing one of those blue barrels. Don't know if you can see it. It's like half of a blue 55-gallon barrel. We had a point where that's how we wanted to grow our black or red raspberries. Probably the black ones too, but I don't remember for sure. I think somebody gave this tree to me as a service berry. But look at that. Well, don't know if I got the somewhere on there, and I don't know how to show you. There's all these worms eating up its leaves. So serviceberry is getting eaten alive, and don't know what to do about it. If you know what to do about it, tell me in the comments. Looking for organic solutions. This is a chestnut tree. There are chestnut leaves, and it is growing taller, but very slowly because this is a shady spot in the shadiest part of our orchard. All right, there's some blueberry plants here. Are they going to produce anything? That one's not producing any blueberries. I think there's a couple more around here, but might not be able to find them in among the weeds. This plant looks like it might be another serviceberry or a cherry or a weed. Don't know which. Probably weed, but just don't have quite enough evidence to kit that one. This blueberry plant has gotten taller than I remember it, so I'm excited about that. More weeds. This is a good weed. It's called wineberry. That's not a good weed. It's just thorns. This is another tall blueberry plant. So 3 of our blueberry plants are still alive and growing taller. I've had very little success growing blueberries in my life. So just having a blueberry plant alive after not looking at it for a few months is a big positive experience for me. This chestnut tree looks a little happier. It was planted at the same time as the other one, but it has a little bit more sunlight, and I think that's pretty critical for it. We're not to the point of having chestnuts on these yet, but that's okay. They take a while to get going. This is a red Diancho pear. It's like 6 years old, but the label's still on it, and does not appear to have any fruit this year. It doesn't seem like it's grown much since I last pruned it, which was probably 3 years ago. I don't know exactly. This other pear tree is doing a little better. When you have a strong, healthy tree, there's shoots like this one, which is about a foot tall, go 8 feet tall over the course of the year. So a tree that hasn't been pruned in 3 years would be about double or triple the height you'd want it to be. But this one, Asian pear, finally has fruit on it. We're really excited about that. And so hoping to get a few Asian pears this fall. I saw more, but I don't know where they are. But there's at least 3 or 4 on there. So here's 2 more. One there, one by my third finger, one by my pinky. And there's one more tree I hope to show you, so let's get over there. It's kind of a rough terrain, but I'm going to try to make it. I'm walking in Crocs, which is by far the most comfortable until you step on a thorn. But this is what I got. And I believe that one was a plum, and this is a cherry, or vice versa. Not sure which one is which. They both look like plums to me today. And I do not see any fruit on this. So, yep. Anyway, that is the tour of our orchards, garden, and planting peppers. Please like, comment, and subscribe.